Hello everyone. So our discussion for today is all about gerunds, entitled Unlocking the Power of Gerunds. So this presentation will guide you through the world of gerunds. We will explore what they are and how to use them correctly. And wherein gerunds are verb forms that act as nouns. So the first function of gerund is it acts as a subject. Gerunds often serve as the subject of a sentence. Like for example, reading helps improve vocabulary. So reading here is the subject. Another example is eating healthy food is essential. So eating is the gerund. And last example is traveling broadens your perspective. So the gerund here is traveling. Another function of gerund is it acts as a direct object. Gerunds can also function as the direct object of a verb. They receive the action of the verb. For example, I enjoy painting. So the direct object here is painting and I is the subject. Another example is they avoid littering. So littering here is the direct object and they is the subject. Last example, she loves dancing. Dancing here is the direct object and she is the subject. Another function of gerund is gerunds as objects of prepositions. So gerunds frequently appear as the object of a preposition. They follow prepositions like at, in, or of. Like for example, he is good at writing. So at here is the preposition and at writing is the object of preposition. Another example is they are interested in learning. In learning here is the object of the preposition. And lastly, she is tired of waiting. Of is the preposition and of waiting here is the object of the preposition as gerund. Another function of gerund is it acts as a subject complement. Gerunds serve as a subject complement. And for example, my favorite hobby is coding. Coding here is the verb, right? Or is it a subject complement? Yes, it is a subject complement because the verb here is and coding here is the subject complement. Another example is her biggest fear is flying. Is here is the verb and flying here is the complement. Complementing the person which is her and it is her biggest fear. Another example is one of his responsibilities is managing. Managing here is the complement, complementing the responsibility of the person. Another function of gerund is gerund phrases. Gerund phrases include the gerund and related words. This creates a longer noun phrase. Like for example, reading books is relaxing. Another example is I enjoy listening to music. So listening to music here is the phrase, gerund phrase. And last example, she is good at solving puzzles. At solving puzzles here is the gerund phrase. So gerunds versus present participles. Let's differentiate them. Gerunds and present participles both end in ing, but gerunds act as nouns, while participles are verbs or adjectives. Like for example, in gerund, running is good exercise. So running here is the gerund which acts as a subject. And in present participle, she is running a race. So running here is the verb, right? It acts as a verb which it modifies the subject she. Also, let's differentiate the possessive nouns or pronouns. Always use the possessive form before a gerund. This applies to nouns and pronouns. So correct, I appreciate his singing. The incorrect term is I appreciate him singing. Correct should be I appreciate his singing. Another is, I appreciate John's singing. The incorrect is, I appreciate John's singing. Now, let's practice identifying gerunds. Tell your knowledge about identifying the gerunds. Very good. So here are my takeaways. Gerunds are versatile and act as a noun. Understanding them improves our grammar. Wherein gerunds are nouns. They are practiced regularly and use possessives. So that is all about gerunds. Thank you for listening.